Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to a Fan Sunday. I've been sitting on some battle submissions for a while, and now is a pretty good day to drop them. So this one is coming from Azatio, and we've got a broken strat that steals wins, stops Dynamax, always goes first from December 13th. So let's get into this battle and see the craziness that people are cooking up. Actually, wait a second. I just realized something. Since we have video, maybe just crank up the playback speed just a little bit. That way we can get through this one just a bit faster. And if something goes wrong, I can always like pause the video. Still adapting to the new Fan Fridays format, but hopefully there'll be battle replays, or we'll figure this one out and the battles still work in the end. However, that goes by. The text goes by too quick, but the rest of it doesn't. So hanging on that Switcheroo, showing it on the Dragapult, and then we just have, after you skill swap, protect, recover. That's an Orbeetle right there, guys. That is one crazy Orbeetle. But I mean, this strategy, you can see from the opponent, is 100% scripted. This is page 1 of the VGC doubles script. That they're going to go for the Dynamax, they're going to fling, and they're going to try to get a weakness policy proc and have everything get blown up by the Dragapult. But, that's not going to go too well for the opponent, and I can only imagine how frustrating this must be if it happens to you. So yeah, gotta go through all these things. Orbeetle's just gonna protect, that way, you know, no shenanigans, nothing weird's gonna happen. And then Whimsicott with the Switcheroo onto the Dragapult, and now Dragapult has an eject button. Whimsicott has weakness policy, I don't think that matters, but flinging the Lychee Berry and rip. So also the Lychee Berry going to add some extra stats into the equation. As you can see, Dragapult took like 0 damage, but then it's going to get a +3 from the Lychee Berry weakness policy and all those shenanigans. And then bye-bye Dynamax because of the eject button. So you can't red card, but you can have an eject button and lose your Dynamax like that. So that's how you win turn 1 for free. GG, easy. And now the opponent, they're thinking like, well, what can I do? They bring in the Corviknight. It's a good flying matchup against the bug and grass type Pokemon that are on the field. So now Whimsicott's going to Tailwind. Orbeetle is going to do a thing. Alright. That gets a bit more fancy. So I'm like, what's the Tailwind going to do for the Orbeetle? Maybe there's some kind of other strat that's going to kind of pop off here. It's like Orbeetle has some weirdness with the After You and whatnot. No Trick Room though. So, Whimsicott send up the Tailwind. Opposing Whimsicott send up the Tailwind. If anything, you Tailwind to counter out the Tailwind. And then, oh, that was a skill swap. Alright. So now Orbeetle has Prankster. That's dirty. Whimsicott coming in with the Frisk. Well, yeah, we already know the weakness policy because we just watched the Switcheroo. And then Corviknight with the Brave Bird. Onto Orbeetle. Orbeetle is tanky though. It survives. Corviknight takes a solid hit. Which berry is that going to be? It looks like Citrus Berry? No, Wiki Berry. Alright, yeah, the yellow health feels weird now. It's like they changed it from 25% to 20% or something. It's like yellow health should be above the threshold or something. I don't know. This seems a little different now. So now we have Sylveon and Darmanitan. Sylveon with the Throat Spray, Darmanitan with the Choice Band. I mean, I guess that's how you win if you just, well, You have the Trick Room. Or not Trick Room, you have the Tailwind. So with the Tailwind, Sylveon's going to be super fast. Another Switcheroo is going to hit the Corviknight. So that way you just at least get to see what the Corviknight's up to. And then Orbeetle can protect and effectively steal a turn. So no switch. We get to see like how this can progress. It's going to be a protect. Whimsicott's going to protect. Oh, man. And unless Corviknight does go for the Whimsicott, then this is going to be really interesting. So, Corviknight gets weakness policy. Oh, leftovers. Okay. And then Corviknight's Brave Bird will be protected. So, the now Prankster Orbeetle gets to tear it up for a little bit longer. Oh, giving leftovers to the Orbeetle while Prankster recovering. Dank. I love that. That's super fun. Like, the opponent's just going to nuke himself on his own Corviknight with the Brave Bird before anything happens. And I wonder what the Whimsicott's gonna do, because like one move slot is done for Fling, we have Protect, Tailwind, so I'm guessing offensive move? That's a very one-dimensional Whimsicott once you like break the strat. That's the thing, like you see all these things about like beat up, weakness policy, or not beat up, yeah, like beat up justified, Fling weakness policy. Those are things that have been around for a long time, and if it actually gets common, because, you know, it's a very noob trappy set, I feel. That if, you know, people are playing it, they're trying to do that cheese. Players that are experienced, you know, fear only works against you once, is what I'm trying to say. Also, I need to get some filler commentary as we, like, get through these turn progressions. This is still a pretty dope turn. I love it, so pay attention to what happens. Energy Ball, just make sure, like, we get that extra damage. It's not gonna matter, though. Corviknight's Brave Bird, it's not gonna matter, though. Dang. This dude's skill-swapping Prankster. I can only respect how filthy that is. So, yeah, like, you know, Fear's only going to work against you once. All of these, like, cheese strats only going to work against you once. But now we have, like, the super ultimate hardest counter against it. And Darmanitan's, like, safe. Like, Whimsicott hasn't taken a hit. Orbeetle's getting focused. Sylveon's an in. Focus Punch on the Darmanitan. Is that, like, what the After You is for or something? Oh, it tightens its focus. And then the Prankster After You, like, instants the Focus Punch, I bet. Or something weird like that. Or Tailwind After You makes it an instant Focus Punch. So now Sylveon comes in. Orbeetle's protecting. Even Sylveon is fine with taking a hit, too. The Tailwind's worn off, though. So yeah, that was... Like, Sylveon could take a hit, but that was a predicted move. So, good job on the opponent right there. And then Mystical Fire. Ooh, Dynamax Mystical Fire. So Max Flare onto the Corviknight. Oh, man. Yeah, that is a problem with, like, the Dynamax, because you do have to use a hit first before the Throat Spray does anything. But now it is Prankster. Is this, like, 100% just supposed to be a Prankster Orbeetle? Like, I feel like that's what the skill swap is for. That Prankster is so common, you steal it away, and now you have a Prankster After You. Tailwind doesn't even matter at that point. That's more filthy than the Switcheroo to me. I like the Switcheroo tech, but damn. That Orbeetle is nasty. Then we gotta wait for some communication, but this is nifty, guys. I will say, the opponent's really having to think, though. And I don't know how many times I could have that filler in, like, if you know, there's a lot of communication in a Fan Friday submission. Like, I would prefer if you went in, like, if you have access to editing programs, if you want to, like, put it out as an actual YouTube video, cut out any of, like, the longer, weighty parts of it. But I can't demand that of everyone if they want to submit. Just blame Game Freak, because Game Freak needs to have a battle replay system. But yeah, like, the opponent doesn't have Dynamax, so that is an absurd disadvantage. And Sylveon takes the kind offer and instantly max flares. That's dirty. And so I mean, like, if Sylveon is in, like, I guess the point is, like, maybe Orbeetle or Whimsicott is supposed to faint at some point. Like, Whimsicott gets Tailwind, takes 2 hits. Sylveon has, like, a Tailwind turn for himself. Uses Hyper Voice, does an insane amount of damage, Dynamax, and then wins, because the opponent can't Dynamax. Like, one thing that could have gone wrong there is if Corviknight had the option to Dynamax, survive the Mystical Fire out of that prediction, or something. You know, Dynamax is just going to stop a 100% KO sweep, which is why Dynamax is such a good and balanced thing, that you can halt an opponent's just insta-win. Unless you Switcheroo it, and then it goes away. Oh, it's Dracovish. I feel bad for the opponent. Oh, double Max Strike. Oh, wait. The Max Strike does get pixelated, though. So, I mean, that's just Dracovish gone. Yeah, I feel bad for the opponent. All of these people thinking Dracovish is good. It ain't. This is going to be a fun turn as well. I'm excited for it. And then Dracovish dies. And then you, like, Whimsicott can't do anything. Whimsicott doesn't have the taunt because it's trying to do this cheese setup. Orbeetle is untouchable because everything else is dying. Whimsicott protecting? Yeah, nah. Dracovish can protect, so that's as a choice item. So the Orbeetle After You is like 10 times filthier than the actual Switcheroo. GG. And then, same thing happens to Dragapult, same thing happens to Whimsicott, game's over. So I think that might be something that has to happen for these Fan Fridays, depending on how the battle submission goes. Like, when we know the battle is over, it's just done. Like, we've seen the cool thing, we've seen the submission. I think some people might get upset by that, but others might be okay with it, because this is just already a 10-minute battle, but we know what's happened. I just want to show this part, because Dragon Pole protects, and still takes half of its health. That's how much of an overkill the Sylveon is. But let's go into the next battle, and let's watch the strategy just pop off once again. I don't know what the opponent's going for. If this is Battle Spot, they can't even bring the Gmax Butterfree for, like, VGC something. Torkoal with Drought, though. So now we got Drought Torkoal, and we also have... Alright, just going into Eruption. We got Whimsicott doing its thing. Is it? I was gonna say, is it? Is it going to predict, like, the Butterfree? Like, if this was VGC, I would predict the, Gigantamax Butterfree, and maybe going for that. But this is also as filthy as it can possibly get. Ooh, that's a Protect. And Butterfree doesn't really have any damage. Sleep Powder. Okay. That's unfortunate. But are we going to see something weird happen? I wasn't paying attention to Torkoal's item in the last... Nah, so that just kind of gets to get away with for free. Still getting with that Eruption, though. It's like there's no Aromatherapy. We have a Switcheroo onto Bronzong. Bronzong's like dead. Like, if it eats that Eruption, it's gone. But I guess the Switcheroo is just cool anyways. Like, even if it doesn't get the Dynamax Pokemon, if you just, like, wreck an opponent's setup, that's kind of nice. And then... Oh, that's a switch into Rhyperior. That's hilarious. Okay, if this actually just happens, like, Torkoal wakes up, Butterfree gets one shot, and then everything else just goes wrong. Can't Sleep Powder the Whimsicott, though. Torkoal wakes up, Eruptions. Butterfree gets one shot, and then everything goes wrong. I can't... There's no way that was, like, a switch prediction. I like to give my fans some credit for, like, doing some wacky things. There's no way that was, like, that proficient of a switch prediction. Yo, imagine, you know what would have been nasty? The Switcheroo on the Focus Sash. That's another, like, that's another multi-tier usage of the Switcheroo, that you can just kind of stop a one-hit KO like that. So the opponent looks like he was trying to set up, like, double sleep, free Trick Room, into just a big Eruption sweep, but doesn't go that way. Endeavor. Yeah, especially if you're stealing a Focus Sash, and then you have that Endeavor. That's also pretty nasty. Trying to figure out what happens with this battle, you know? It is one of those things, I know that people are going to get mad, but we're going to miss, like, some of the nuance. However, just, like, big damage. Is that the Rock Slide? I was going to say, was that Earthquake Bounce? Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's going to work against the Butterfree. So we got the Rock Slide, big damage, shenanigans going on right there. And I guess the battle is just kind of over. Let's go and, like, is there a final one? All right. Oh, I see a Lucario. I see the Lucario. This is, you should put this as the second one. You gotta put the awesome strats in right there. So, no hesitation. No hesitation. No, you know instantly what's going to happen here. Oh, damn. All right. Interesting. But, so Whimsicott, okay, it's Tailwind strat. Makes sense. Hopefully the opponent, like, doesn't understand. But now every opponent's going to understand. Like, I'll Switcheroo Lucario. It's like, well, I mean, it's like, you're going to Switcheroo my Focus Sash, but I already win because I'm going to have beat up Justified. Prankster stolen, though. I guess that's it. Like, we didn't see Orbeetle last game. So, if the opponent has a Prankster Pokemon, you lead Orbeetle and you steal it. That is the filthiest Orbeetle. That is the filthiest He's going to do it again. He's like, why not? You either do that indefinitely until the opponent doesn't have a strat anymore, or they're eventually going to do it and they lose their Dynamax, and then you win. Free. All right. And it's gonna happen. That's another thing. Like all of these other like Whimsicott are pretty much the same thing as well. So it's kind of weird. So there's the Whimsicott Switcheroo and the eject button, Shuckaberry. Okay, and then beat up and bye bye Lucario. Justified. Stats. Lucario's attack rose. There. Wait. So, eject button doesn't happen until after the move finishes? I learned something today. These interactions are weird. Also, like, Dynamax is pretty slow with the activations on things, because it has to, like, kind of reset the animation. So, that takes a while. If you want to stall the VGC timer, this is how you do it. Just multi-hit your Dynamax Pokemon. And then there's the eject button. That'd been funnier if it activates on the first eject button, but Lucario gets to feel those stats and then have them stripped away. And you just lost your Pokemon and your strategy. Now the opponent's having a good think, like, oh, I guess I lose. I was hoping that, like, we were at the end of the video, so it's just like a rage quit. Grimmsnarl. There's so much Prankster. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like, what do you do in this situation? It's like, reverse skill swap the double Prankster. I don't know. And then, yeah, like, see, like, I'm trying to figure out what you do after all this happens. I guess that's when you make your switch. Yeah, so now you switch into Sylveon, especially against the double Prankster, because these Pokemon can't do anything on their own. It's pretty much, you cancel your lead, you gain the after you Prankster, which is way too filthy to exist in this mortal realm. God, the after you Prankster on the charcoal, the Torkoal. That's actually nasty. So there's the, yeah, and then, like, the opponent's Whimsicott is the only thing left that has, like, nothing to do. Pretty awesome. So after you, Sylveon, and now, I was gonna say, what? There we go. Alright, so then we hit the Hyper Voice, and then Throat Spray, then Dynamax, and then you just one-shot everything. Grimmsnarl with a Thunder Wave. I don't think it matters too much. Sylveon, this is better than Tailwind, because after you just has no care for priority. The Tailwind is just going to cancel out and offset the speed. So that Paralysis does nothing except for RNG. This capture device is laggy, though. I know he's not using the Elgato HD60S. And that's all that he's got. He's just got the beat up. So yeah, Tailwind peters out. Doesn't matter. Grimmsnarl tanking, though. After you Hyper Voice again. Why not? You just got the 50%. That's going to be close if it's enough to take out Whimsicott and Grimmsnarl. Which are on the Whimsicott. You don't want to switch in anything inside. Nah. Like, what? Okay, Braviary's here to kill the Orbeetle, but we've already seen that Orbeetle is tank. And it's got Prankster. So, Braviary's dead. Like, you needed to give up the Whimsicott. Yeah, Grimmsnarl's dead. Braviary's dead. It's like, after you Prankster. Oh, Citrus Berry, though. However, that's when you just Dynamax and you kill Braviary anyways, and then Orbeetle is double alive. So yeah, once again, we now have the foregone conclusion of this battle. 6 Stratio. Lucario is a complete non-factor. And we go see the Dynamax. There we go. Flare on the Lucario. Bold. Bold move. First off, I don't even think you need that. I feel like the Max Strike is just going to KO Lucario anyways, because Filthy Pixelate will one-shot that thing in the neutral because it's Lucario. And with the Braviary threat onto the Orbeetle, you know, I'd like to keep that after you as much as possible. But again, like, the game's already won. However, Orbeetle tanky. So this could be the opportunity to do something about the Lucario. Alright. I mostly just want to see Orbeetle survive the Braviary. Yeah, that's just, that's a lot of damage. And then you just kind of destroy everything. Like, it's an unstoppable one-hit KO, and Orbeetle is too tanky to get one-hit KO'd by mostly anything. Except that Brave Bird was going for the Sylveon. Alright, that was a good prediction then. Lucario's going to do its damage, though, because of that Bullet Punch. So that damage could have been avoided by KOing the Braviary. And then Whimsicott comes in. I just want to see Orbeetle survive that. Like, it would have been a tough call, because, like, we saw a lot of damage from that Brave Bird from the Corviknight. I'm pretty sure Braviary is more damage. I can respect someone throwing out a Braviary, but it just did not pay off. Why are yeah, I was about to say, why are you using Tailwind? He can't do anything else but Tailwind, so that after you is just too nasty. And that's it. Yeah, we know it's done. Oh wow, it looks like the opponent just forfeits after that one too. And then this is the team. Good stuff. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. I know there were some scuffed parts. Just what we have to deal with sometimes. Eject button Whimsicott. We kind of see everything right here. There's also Conkeldurr with Guts Assault Vest because why not? Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.